means something to me right now. And I will tell you a little bit about the author. His name is Robin Sharma. He is Canadian, and he's now a motivational speaker, and he's written a lot of books. And I think you will be somewhat intrigued by the titles of the books. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, The Saint, the Surfer, and the CEO, and Who Will Cry When You Die. Interesting. I think that one was a little much for Dawn over there. She was good. You're very young there, don't worry. Oh, so now if we'll just settle in, relax, knowing that you are fully supported. You are supported by the floor, by the chair, and most of all, you are always supported by Spirit. As I think about the universe, think about the way the seasons change, think about different times of year when there are different holidays, different things to look forward to. I recognize that all of these are a chance for me to be more involved with my own spirituality, and more involved with the warmth and love of other people. And I know that as I do that, I recognize that I feel more a part of things. Loneliness goes. Anything that is not supporting me can be changed, and I can change it. And I know that everything that happens at our service today brings a sense of warmth and love, support, caring, and compassion to all who are here. I am so, so grateful to know that we are here for each other. What a blessing it is. What a blessing to know that each of us has a very important role to play. Each of us is needed, and our gifts and our love is needed. I release my word with great, great gratitude, knowing that it is already so, and we say together, and so it is. And now we have a sing-along, and I know the band wants us to sing along.
We can have the lyrics up on the screen so everyone can join along with us. I am one with everything around me. I let go and simply be. Moving forward with the understanding, being one can set us free. I am one with everything around me. I let go and simply be. Moving forward with the understanding, being one can set us free. One with you, one with me. One with you, one with me. I am love with everything around me. I let go and simply be. Moving forward in the understanding, only love can set us free. I am love with everything around me. I let go and simply be. moving forward with the understanding only love can set us free. Love with you, love with me, love with you, love with me. I am peace with everything around me. I let go and simply be. Moving forward with the understanding only peace can set us free. I am peace with everything around me. I let go and simply be. Moving forward with the understanding only peace can set us free. Peace with you, peace with me, peace with you, peace with me. I am one with everything around me. I let go and simply be. Moving forward with the understanding only peace can set us free. I am one with everything around me. I let go and simply be. Moving forward with the understanding being one can set us free. One with you, one with me, 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 one with you, one with me.
It's been listening from here. I love the music this morning. Janice was on point, and you have so many fun things going on in the coming month. What a gift it is to be a part of our spiritual center, whether we're from afar or in person or a combination of the two. It's an opportunity to recognize that right where we are is the presence of God. And just as the affirmation this morning that Janice read, actually was the inclusivity quote that I really liked. It says, being scared is part of being alive. Accept it and walk through it. And that is the truth, that no matter what's happening in our world, God is in the midst of that. And to follow it up with that affirmation for this month, every aspect of life is a sacred expression of spirit. And that really is what we've been talking about all month. It's recognizing the sacred in everything and recognizing that divine beingness of life. And I'm so grateful to be here this morning. I missed you all last week, and I know you had a wonderful time at your gratitude potluck after the service last week. And my family went home to Tennessee last night. They were here for the week, and they had a fabulous time. And their flight was easy, which was nice to hear, especially on a holiday weekend. So they were blessed to have that experience. And they even met a famous person. My brother texted me in the Nashville airport. They got to meet Dennis Quaid. And my brother said he's a very nice gentleman, had a little conversation with him. And it was a nice way to end their night at like 11:30 at night in Nashville. So again, we can see the sacred in everything if we're looking through the eyes of the divine. And that is the gift that we have for today. And in every moment, I know throughout this month, we've talked about seeing the sacred in what we might call the divine expression. We've been encouraged to see the sacred in the mundane or in the everyday routines of things that we do, whether it's driving to work and having that same travel, like how you decide to get to work, whether it's remote, like some of us, or driving to a location, or going about our day with other responsibilities and commitments. And there's also that opportunity to see the divine in our secular world instead of separating them out. I don't know about you, but many times I think about compartmentalizing something, where in this time I'm going to do this. And in this time frame, I have these things to do, whether it's cooking, cleaning, yard work, working, reading, whatever it might be. But if we can accept the invitation or even entertain the invitation for a moment to recognize in all of those different activities is the presence of the divine, that everything is interconnected. If you think of a tapestry that's beautiful on the outside, all the different colors coming together, and when you look behind it, it has all the knots and the threads of yarn kind of going back and forth. It looks kind of messy. But when you look on the front side of that tapestry to see that picture, it's beautiful and it's uniform, and it shows you in your heart as well as with the visuals of what it's meant to be. Both sides of that tapestry is the divine. So when we think about our world, everything that's going on in our outside world, as well as what's going on inside of us, is all the divine. Sometimes we might feel like that backside of the tapestry when we're walking into something that we maybe are unsure of or not sure of what we're going to experience in this moment. And have that invitation to trust that there's a divine expression, beingness that's coming forth through and as this experience, whatever it may be. And when we can really touch into that oneness, Ernest Holmes talked about the individualization of the spirit, meaning we're all individualized expressions of God, created in the image and likeness of this one. We all have that unique opportunity to discover and rediscover who we are. And what a perfect opportunity coming from Thanksgiving. And we've had this month of gratitude, of looking for the blessings in our life and giving thanks for them and acknowledging them. And we're moving into December and the season of light and the Christmas season. And what that is talking about and teaching us and bringing forth this sense of peace and of love and of joy. And how interesting that is it's at the darkest time of the year, meaning the seasons, to have that season of light. So all of these are invitations for us to see that oneness of who we are. In the Sunday morning chat, Janice picked some wonderful quotes. And the first one I'm going to share is, too often, it's a Leo Visalia quote, too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around. That's our invitation to give thanks for who we are and to recognize that who we are is a blessed, important part of the divine. I don't know if any of you have seen the Ron Clark story. I recently watched it. It's a true story. It's about a gentleman who decides he wants to make a difference, and he gets a job in a elementary school in Harlem. And he works with these kids and who are not doing well in any aspect of their life. It's a true story. And by the end of the year, he has shown compassion and grace and love and this sense of connectivity for these kids, that they pass their exams and they beat even the honor students in their exams. And these kids are reminded that they are important, that what they do makes a difference. And this was one person who didn't give up. He wanted to, believe me, there's many times where he wanted to walk away, just like many of their other teachers had, but he felt that he wanted to stay and work with them. And at the end of that movie, you can see how these kids have been transformed by the presence of this one person who went through all kinds of adversity and all kinds of inner feelings the teacher had himself, as well as seeing what's going on with those kids. So that story speaks to me, that Leo Visalia quote. It's that opportunity to see the divine in every moment and to be a presence of love and of light and of compassion, just as Janice shared in her prayer this morning, as we show up in the world. But we must remember that we are a unique expression of spirit. And that means all parts of us. I know many of us have probably made many mistakes or wish we had done things differently or had a different experience in life than we thought we would. All of those is also the divine expressing itself. It's part of our human journey, part of our human experience. And that when we can step into that truth of accepting all parts of us and our world, we have an opportunity to celebrate and see the presence of God. I know sometimes we, myself included, fall into that side of judging something without realizing it, whether it's looking at something and liking one thing more than another, like it's an outfit or parts of our day, or we think our morning meditation time is more important than our drive to work or wherever we're going. But it's all that divine expression. It's the opportunity to practice maybe what we did in our morning meditation in a real life experience. I don't know about you. Sometimes when I'm driving on the freeway, I can get a little, I don't know if the right word is nervous when you see people wheezing in and out of traffic, or driving much faster than we want to drive. I know when we were driving to the airport yesterday, my brother said, "Boy, you guys drive really fast here," because there was someone behind him in the carpool lane who wanted to go faster than 80. And he goes, "I'm not going any faster." So he ended up getting out of that lane to let the other person through. But again, that's an opportunity to express our truth of who we are, bless the driver, and move out of the way to allow them to have their experience while we have ours. And it was a much calmer drive once we did that for us. But it's that important piece of expressing that love of who we are. You know, if the world was going to be the way it is with all the judgment we've lived with, we'd have a different experience in our world. So maybe this is an invitation to maybe make a different choice and find the love and the compassion in our world. Because I know from what I'm seeing in the appearance of the outside world, judging and making decisions based on things that are more on the human side is not working. If we could come from that place of love, just like the book they were talking about stripes, does it really matter? Let's take a look at what does matter. What matters is the humanness that we see in one another, the compassion that we see in one another, the love that we see in one another. Express the joy that we see. What you pay attention to grows. It's kind of like that story, you know, if you look for a white Tesla, all you're going to see are white Teslas because that's where your attention is. So what if we were to move our attention to seeing a greater yet to be, whatever that might be? And by doing that, we're seeing God in everything. We're seeing the whole person. We're seeing and experiencing that place of love and of light, and growing our center by connecting heart to one another and showing up as that loving presence that we are, the inclusivity that we are, looking beyond appearances and going to that higher place, that higher consciousness is that expression of the divine expressing itself. Ernest Holmes in Living the Science of Mind says, spirituality is a constant, consistent attempt to feel the presence of God in everything and in everyone. That's our invitation to recognize the, oh my, no matter what I'm seeing around me is the divine in expression. Science of Mind teaches personal responsibility and it teaches accountability. And if there's something we're not liking in our outside world, how can we change our consciousness? What can we look at in a different light? That's the invitation to see God in every moment. Mark Nepo in 7,000 Ways to Listen says, perhaps the divine nature of things is disclosed to us through our humanity, moment by feeling moment. Let's lean into that humanity of who we are, especially at this time of year, in this season of light that we are stepping into in the next few weeks. to recognize and see that divine light that's within each and every one of us. Look beyond the imperfections and see the perfections. Within the imperfection is perfection. Because again, all bring something new to the table. Jack Kerouac, I'm sorry, Janice, if I mispronounced his name, is another quote that she used in the Sunday morning chat. When writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. What is it that you want to experience in the world? How do you want to show up? Which I think is a more important question than what you want to experience. How do you want to show up? Because your how is going to influence your what. How I show up in the world will reflect back to me similar experiences. And when it's a sandpaper moment, meaning things are rubbing me a little the wrong way, that's the invitation to see the spirit in that and maybe learn and grow in that moment, to look beyond the appearances, to see something in a different light. Those are the gifts that we have to experience love and light and peace. Adrienne Brown, an emergent strategy, shaping change, changing the world, says, do you already know that your existence, who and how you are, is in and of itself a contribution to the people and place around you? Not after or because you do some particular thing, but simply the miracle of your life. It's a miracle that we have all made this heart-to-heart connection at our beautiful center. It was a divine appointment that brought us all together, no matter what we were walking through in our human experience in life. We found our way to CSL Visalia. We found our way to connect with the hearts that are here, to hear the beautiful music, to hear the words of wisdom and compassion of Janice and Donna O and Sheila and all the others who share on a Sunday morning. Because we've answered the call to be present. We've answered the call to look beyond appearances and show up. Even when we're tired on a Sunday morning, we tune in, or we're present, or we're not feeling well, we're having that human experience. All of that is the divine. All of that is sacredness. How are we going to take this out into our world? Instead of categorizing this thing as the divine and this is not, it's an invitation to see the divine in everything. In Chicken Soup for the Soul, there's a story called Puppies for Sale. And this little boy is looking for a puppy, and he's looking and he's looking and he's looking, and he finds one that isn't running like the other puppies, and he seems to have a limp, and he's smaller, he's just a little different, and the little boy just latches onto that puppy, and he wants that puppy, and the person's like, no, you don't want that puppy. That puppy can't run or jump, and that puppy can't do all the things that little boys can do. And the little boy's quiet. And he goes, no, I want that puppy. And he's like, well, if you really, really want that puppy, I'll give him to you for half price. And he says, no, I'm paying full price. I'll pay $5 a month until I can pay off the puppy. And the storekeeper just can't understand why this little boy wants this puppy. And finally, the little boy slowly rolls up his pant leg, and there's a brace on his ankle. He says, I can't run like other little boys. I know about that puppy. That puppy and I will have a fabulous time, and he's just as important as any of those puppies. So that's why I'm paying full price. And like I said, I'll pay you $5 every month until he's paid off. That little boy could see the divine in that puppy. He felt a connection. He was looking beyond the judgments that others may have had. Inadvertently, many times the things that we are looking at, we're not realizing the whole experience until we do our journaling or our spiritual practice time. So that's why I'm so grateful that your Explorers meeting this next month is on forgiveness. The spiritual practice of forgiveness is so powerful. That spiritual practice alone can help us work through any things that we may be wishing we could let go of, whatever that might be, to have a greater experience in life, to see the sacred in that moment. And that is the gift of the of spiritual practice, and not just compartmentalizing that I'm going to do my morning meditation time and I'm going to do my prayer work and then I'm going to do everything else I want to do the rest of the day. Incorporate that meditation time or your affirmations or your Science of Mind magazine or whatever devotional you like to read throughout your day. Have that be the thread of spirituality that comes forth in throughout your day, and to see the greater yet to be around you. And in that moment, just like that little boy finding that connection with the puppy, find that moment of sacredness. They're fleeting moments, but they're there. I call them God bumps, goosebumps. I call them God bumps. It's sometimes a way for me to recognize, oh, this is a divine moment. I'm going to savor it for a little longer, or whatever it might be, because those are the gifts that we have to experience the goodness in life. Ernest Holmes says there is one life back of everything that lives. That is the divine expressing itself through and as us. One of the ways we can see the divine and see the sacredness in every moment, no matter what is unfolding, is to practice compassion. And I think for many of us, we have a deeper sense of compassion when we have walked through some tough times in our world, or some uncertain times, or times we just weren't sure, just like the inclusivity quote talked about being scared. Feel the fear and do it anyway. I've heard many times as an affirmation or something in a book that reminds you to keep going even when it gets scary. Keep going even when you're not quite sure what's next, or you don't know if you're going to have the money for the air conditioning unit. I know the money's present. I already know it's there, and we're bringing it forth in demonstration in form, but it's already there, already present. Ernest Holmes said that all thoughts are prayers, and to pray unceasingly. So when we continue to pray and use our affirmations and our mantras and the love that we have from within us through compassion, that is the invitation to see the divine in this moment. Find maybe there's something that's going on that you're not even realizing that is a thought that you're ready to let go of, or limiting belief that you're ready to let go of, to see the divine in this moment. Those are all invitations to go deeper into our spiritual practice, to go deeper into that knowingness of love is right here and present in all ways and in every moment. Express kindness to yourself and to someone else, whatever that might look like for you. And there are some questions that we can think of as prompts for journaling. One is, what aspect of life is the hardest for you to remember oneness? We all have triggers. We all have something that we might not see the divine in a way that is meaningful to us. And that's the invitation of the area to do our work in, our spiritual work. How can you practice self-compassion this week? Another journaling prompt. How can we practice the gift of kindness towards ourselves today, in this very moment? And the third suggestion I'm going to give you is, where are you being called to be more present in your own life or in the world? Where are you feeling called to answer the call, to see the God in all, to see the divine in every person as we walk through these days? Where are we seeing the love or the lack of love? And where we're seeing a lack of love is maybe where we can put our attention on for more loving experiences. If we're tired, give ourselves a break, an invitation to rest. If we wish we were making different food choices, give ourselves the invitation to do so. Whatever it might be, to practice self-compassion is a gift of the universe saying, right where you are is the divine presence One of my favorite quotes, and I don't remember which metaphysician shared it, but I use it in my treatments quite often. It said, there is no spot where God is not. There is no spot where God is not, because God is everything around, through, and as all life. We teach in Science of Mind that there is only one life, one expression, one God. It has many names throughout all different faith traditions, throughout our countries, our centuries, the world. All are the names for the divine. Ernest Holmes says in The Thing Itself, the study of the science of mind is a study of first cause, spirit, mind, or that invisible essence, the ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes, the power back of all creation. I'd like to invite us to turn within in prayer and recognize and know that divine expression of pure spirit, that divine light that we know is the God, is the oh my. It's the oneness that we see in all life. No matter what we may be walking through in this very moment, we are all one in God. Each and every one of us is a divine expression of light, of love, of peace, of joy, of health, of wholeness. We come together to celebrate the life that we are having right now. We come together on a Sunday morning of like mind to be reminded of the love that we are. We come together on Sundays or throughout the week, and all these amazing experiences that we have at our center, through music, through conversation, through presence of love, of compassion, of walking the journey of life together, the good, the bad, the not so good, whatever we're calling it right now. In the midst of each and every moment is the divine having its way through and as us. And as I recognize and know those who could not be at our center in person or where they're exactly called to be for healing, revelation of wholeness, for distance, for whatever it may be, there is no separation in distance. We are all together in consciousness right here and right now, recognizing the wholeness that we are, recognizing there is an invisible thread of connection that leads us in every moment to guide, to connect, to express the love that we are, to have these conversations, to have heart-opening moments, glimpses of the love that we are, to feel the joy that is within each and every one of us, to sense the sacredness of life. And as I release my word into the law, I know it is good and very good. I am so grateful for this time together in prayer. I am so grateful for this time together to share the love with one another, to be grateful for the presence of you in my life and in the lives of others. There is no mistake. We are here together by divine appointment. As I release my word into the law, I do so with great gratitude. I let it be, I let it go, I let God. And so it is. Thank you all for choosing church this morning. And now we get to enjoy another beautiful song by our wonderful band. There is only love.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and I quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Sing along with us. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Thank you. Once again, there is only love. And I was noticing on the wall up in your AV area upstairs, it says love one another. That's what it's about, loving one another. And that's true. Sometimes we don't see it because we're not looking in this moment. We might have something else in our attention span or whatever's going on. So these are our gentle reminders. It is this time for our giving or our offering right now. So as we prepare to give the gift of our offering, let us say our affirmation together. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift and it forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world and returns to me abundantly. And remember, you can send in your offering, you can mail it in, you can drop it by. There's many different ways to give your gifts, and we are grateful for all of them. It does great work in the world. Now let us bless this gift together, knowing that as it blesses the giver and the receiver, that we live in a reciprocal universe, that what we give out comes back to us. And I recognize and know that we send out our gifts to do the work of the divine, reflecting it back to us in our own daily experiences. May we see the presence of God in every moment. Thank you, sweet Spirit, for these gifts. Now it is time for our peace song. And let us remember as we sing these words that we are calling forth that truth of peace in our world on many different layers and areas and aspects of the divine.
Now there is peace on earth. I know it begins with me. Now there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all worry. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Woo!
Repeat after me for our benediction. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. And life is in all of my affairs. I think it, I feel it, and I love it just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Have a blessed Sunday, and I look forward to seeing you soon on Zoom and who knows where else. Take good care.